Hello and welcome back. Or if this is your very first time to drop by, we certainly want to give you a special welcome. We are dealing with the topic, what are rewards in heaven? But before we get to our discussion, let me ask you to do me a couple of favors. First and foremost, of course, is to hit the subscribe button. That lets me know that you stopped by. Also, would you ring the bell of notification that will keep you abreast when we upload new material. The third thing you can do, of course, is hit the like button. Everybody likes to be liked, and we are no exception. The last thing you can do, of course, is to leave a comment or another question that you would like to have answered. We'd be more than happy to accommodate. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. We are answering the question, what are the rewards that are promised in heaven? You'll notice that the New Testament actually says that there are going to be rewards in heaven. Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 12 through 11, blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. This is the verse that spawned the question, what are rewards in heaven? It's important for you to know because if you miss them, you're going to be significantly disappointed. In fact, the Bible says there's going to be profound regret. The first question, however, that we need to answer is whether or not these rewards are meritorious or non meritorious. Now, what do we mean by that? Meritorious means you earn them, you merit them, that God will reward you because you earn them. But there are some people who say rewards are not meritorious, they are non meritorious. In other words, God is just going to give them to people, not based on what they did or did not do. He's just going to give the rewards to them. Kind of the everybody's going to get something kind of award. I don't think so. Matter of fact, I know that's just not true. These are earned. You get them because you did something and you deserve them. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole intent of God is to give you something that you, in fact, earned. So let's look at the scriptures to see what they have to say. There's a Greek word, it's called Misthapodosia. Misthapodosia is a Greek word used in the New Testament for reward. In fact, the lexicon of Lo and Nida, Greek English lexicon of the New Testament, tells us that mistadopia means a reward or recompense, whether positive or negative, which has been granted to someone. In other words, this there is a one-to-one relationship between what you do and what you get. Or if you don't do anything, you don't get anything. Now, this word can be translated reward or recompense, that is, to give you a payment for work done. It can also be used in a negative sense or penalty. It is used this way in the New Testament in the book of Hebrews chapter 2, verse 2. For since the message declared by angels proved to be reliable, and every transgression or disobedience received a just retribution. Now, this is how it is translated in the ESV. That word retribution, Misthapodosia, is translated here to reflect the negative side of the equation. In other words, if you engage in disobedience, there is a recompense, there is a payment, there is a judgment. You earn it. You did it, you earn it. But this is in the negative sense. But the positive side is just as true, as we're going to see. In Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35, it says, therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has a great reward. Here, the word is used, of course, in the positive sense. And God is promising that if you are faithful, that if you hold out until the end, if you don't give up, don't give out, and don't give in to the negative circumstances of this world, but if you are faithful, which of course is exactly what Jesus promised in Matthew chapter 5, verse 11 and 12. Don't let persecution, don't let people who revile you and say all manner of evil about you, don't let these things turn you away, but be faithful, and that faithfulness will earn you great rewards in heaven. The thing that I want you to see is that there is a one-to-one correspondence between what you do and what you get. And the opposite, of course, is true as well. If you don't do anything, you don't get anything. Notice this verse is also used in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 26. He considered the reproach of Christ greater wealth than the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking to the reward. Now, the he here is Moses. Moses, found as a baby floating on the Nile River by the daughter of Pharaoh, was adopted and brought up in Egypt as a son of Pharaoh. He had access to the great wealth of Egypt. He lived in luxury. He had the best of the best. It says that he gave all of that up because he was looking to the reward. Misthapodosia, easy for you to say. Misthapodosia is the word, the Greek word that is used here to imply that he knew and understood that God was going to give him a reward based on his willingness to give up the wealth of Egypt. You see the relationship here, ladies and gentlemen. It is meritorious. It does depend on what you do in order to get them. And of course, the opposite is true. If you don't do anything or don't do what God requires, then you won't get the reward. There's one other place this word is used in the book of Hebrews. And by the way, Misthapodosia is only used in the book of Hebrews. But I want you to notice Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. And without faith, faith work. Without faith work, it is impossible to please him. Draw near to God, that is, for whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him. So here, the word Misthapodosia is used as a noun to describe God, that God is a rewarder, that he will pay, recompense those who seek him. So if you engage in faith works, that is, you believe God and therefore you do what he tells you to do, the reward for that behavior, we're told, is that God is going to reward us. So these rewards that the Bible speaks of are rewards based on what we do. There is a relationship, a one-to-one correspondence between what you do and what God is going to reward you with. Don't forget that. What are the rewards in heaven? They are the gifts that God will give us that we earn because of the way we lived. God bless you. See you next time.